WPTV.
Welcome back to the desk. I'm your host, Tyler Cooper. It's hard to believe, but we're already in April, and that means the semester is starting to wind down. Here with me to talk sports today is Baylee Matthews with the NHL and PWHL, and Matthew Jinks covering Pioneer softball and baseball. Baylee Matthews, what's going on in the NHL?
Hey guys, happy to be here with you. Would love to tell you about the NHL. Tyler Cooper, you're between me and Matt Jinks today, so I guess you could say something both to the right and to the left is on.
Yeah.
Are you on, Matt Jinks?
I'm on. You know what's not on? My transmission is not in my car.
Yeah,
it's definitely not.
Well, I'm rooting for you. But anyways, to talk hockey, the Buffalo Sabres are so back. They finally ended their 14-year-long playoff drought, which is the longest in league history. Now they're at the top of the Eastern Conference with 106 points. We break down how they managed this turnaround. Keeping things in the East, we ask our analysts who will be joining the Boston Bruins as wild cards. Then we'll be analyzing the tight race for the wild card seat in the Western Conference. The Utah Mammoth have secured their spot. There are still multiple strong contenders for the second wild card. Lastly, it's tradition in the NHL to fire coaches as the playoffs approach, and this year is no exception. We take a look at who has been booted so far and who we think should be joining them.
Yeah, the NHL is in high gear right now as the playoffs are approaching. Matthew Jinks, what's going on with Pioneer softball and baseball?
Thank you, Coop. Turning things around, the softball team broke a 4-game losing streak against Mount St. Mary's College Wednesday 8-1. We'll break down this game and talk about how the Pioneers rebounded. NJAC troubles. The Pioneers are 2-6 in NJAC play, showing early struggles. The desk will discuss what has gone wrong and what Willie P needs to do to bounce back. Over to the baseball side, the Pioneers may be starting to separate themselves from the bottom half of the NJAC with their win against Rutgers Newark 6-5 yesterday. We will talk about the game and give a player who impressed us the most. Chud Rutgers. Big weekend coming up for the baseball team as they have 3 upcoming NJAC games with another game played yesterday. We will preview their game today against Rutgers Newark, and we'll give the keys to victory for this weekend.
Yeah, both teams are trying to make a push for the playoffs this season. We'll get into all that. Baylee Matthews, what's going on with the PWHL, our first ever women's hockey block?
I am so excited to talk about women's hockey on the desk. The New York Sirens made history at MSG. We take a look at the game itself and break down why selling out the Garden is significant to the PWHL. A few days before, they played in the city, and the Sirens melted the frost at home in Prudential Center. Sarah Fillier set a PWHL record we'll take a look at. Then we'll discuss what the Sirens should take away from this game before facing the Frost tomorrow in St. Paul. The stakes are rising as we approach playoff season. We explain how the Walter Cup playoffs work and which team has a chance to secure the number 4 seed. And last but not least, we talk about this year's draft. Everyone has been talking about the draft after seeing number 1 prospect and Olympic MVP Caroline Harvey at MSG. So we'll tell you everything you need to know to take part in the conversation.
Yeah, I can't wait for this block. I know you worked very hard producing this segment this week. We're going to start on both diamonds to talk all things Pioneer softball and baseball coming up next, only here on WPTV.